Welcome to Entertainment Tech. My name's Sarah Luke.
And I'm Candace Barbara.
Today we've got some great TV reviews, movie reviews, and all the latest celebrity happenings.
Let's start with some TV show reviews.
The Real Housewives of Atlanta continue to fight it out on part 2 of the reunion. A big focus of the night was Miss Phaedra Parks, who seems to be a lot shadier towards the ladies than anyone knew. Nene reveals that Phaedra and former Housewives cast members Sheree and Kim spoke to Nene's half-sisters, who she hasn't talked to in 8 years, in order to get information on her past. And Kenya was quick to agree with Nene about Phaedra's habit of backstabbing because their feud was highlighted this season. Cynthia also had some fun reliving the situation with Phaedra, where she had on tape that Phaedra cursed about Cynthia not coming to Aiden's birthday party. The most anticipated part of the reunion, however, was our favorite wig-wearing housewife, Kim. Kim came wearing her real hair and was ready to discuss the issues from the season, in which she stormed out halfway through. Kandi clearly still has bad feelings towards Kim, as they argue over Kim's insensitive remarks about Kandi's house to Kim possibly stealing the baby named Cash. A moment no one expected was when Kim and Nene put their differences aside and hug it out. The third and final part of the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion airs Sunday at 8 on Bravo. And if you have been missing some Kim Zolciak, catch the return of her own reality show called Don't Be Tardy every Tuesday at 9 on Bravo.
Welcome back to another awkward year of high school. After a long summer break, our favorite characters return for a 2-episode premiere. Jenna and Maddie are together. She actually trusts her mom. What more could a girl want? Threatened with a pregnancy scare and surprised at her inability to tell Maddie, we're left to wonder, has Jenna changed at all? Tamara and Jake are online official and constantly eating each other's faces off. Sadie has some family issues surfacing, as well as a personal issue. Possibly pregnant? Not you too! But most shocking of all for these high school juniors is the death of Ricky Schwartz. How will these characters handle the deeper, more serious side of high school as their time dwindles down before college? What changes are in store for them this season? Check out Awkward on MTV Tuesdays at 10.
We said goodbye to another celebrity on this week's Dancing with the Stars. Some stars that were safe from elimination due to their impressive performances were Zendaya Coleman, Kelly Pickler, and Jacoby Jones. Unfortunately, we said farewell to D.L. Hewley and his partner Cheryl Burke. One of the exciting parts of the evening was a performance by Selena Gomez, who performed her new Bollywood-inspired single, Come and Get It. Don't miss next week when the remaining celebrities will each dance twice to the music of Stevie Wonder, once during a usual partner routine and again as a member of either Team Paso Doble or Team Samba. Dancing with the Stars is all new Mondays at 8 on ABC. All right, so Candace, did you watch the MTV Movie Awards?
I actually spent the time to watch it this week. It was a lot of fun to sit with my roommates and just kind of be like, let's judge every single person. So yeah.
I was excited to watch it mainly because I was waiting for Catching Fire.
Oh yeah.
And like Rebel Wilson had some funny lines.
I just didn't think she was a good host.
Yeah, I
think
agree.
the one bit with her, what was that? The costume malfunction.
It was like the Janet Jackson kind of spoof type
I didn't
thing.
think it was funny, and I thought
It
her
wasn't.
costumes were completely unflattering on her.
Yeah.
The only one I enjoyed was the very end with Iron Man, but I thought they were actually going to, make her go, and she didn't. And I was like, okay, well, that was a waste of a lot of money that they could have donated to children in need instead of wasting it on a woman's costume.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I was disappointed with her as a host also. I think I was expecting a little more. The one funny line I thought she said, which was, I don't know if it was a little offensive, but it was the Django Unchained joke.
No, I didn't hear that.
She was joking. She said something like, yeah, MTV Awards is celebrating its 100th year, which is obviously not true. Because bless you.
I'm so sorry.
No, everyone's sick now. But movies haven't even been around for 100 years, so obviously that wasn't true. And she was like, the movie of the year 100 years ago was called Django Recently Unchained. It's just like, I don't know, I just thought that was funny.
I find slightly offensive. Okay, I find offensive things funny. So stuff like that doesn't bother me. I missed that joke. I also tuned in pretty late.
Yeah, that was in the beginning.
Yeah, I tuned in halfway through because my roommates were watching some Tom Cruise movie, and then I came in and I was like, okay, like MTV Movie Awards when they went upstairs to go hang out. So I was like, woo, and then Catching Fire. I was like, anticipating Catching Fire the whole time.
We're going to talk about Catching Fire later on in
definitely.
the show, but it was
lots
just
to
annoying
say.
how
It was the last thing.
we were forced to watch the entire show, which wasn't a great show, to watch Catching Fire.
It's because MTV focuses only on itself. It doesn't focus on the actual people, and I feel like most people who go to MTV Movie Awards are like, I'm only doing this because my agent's making me.
Yeah, no, seriously. The people who show up are only there because they know they won. That's why I don't like the MTV Movie Awards. And we're going to talk about the weird moment with Aubrey Plaza when Will Ferrell had his acceptance speech and she kind of walked up on stage and tried to pull a Kanye West.
It was just stupid.
Yeah.
Like, why?
I know.
Only Kanye can do that because it's Kanye.
Yeah.
And now he's got what's-her-face's ego prego, so, I mean, he can't really do that stuff anymore. He's got to be buckled down.
Yeah, I mean, she was clearly doing it to promote a movie because she had, hashtag and the name of the movie on her thing, but it didn't work in her favor. It wasn't as funny.
It just looks stupid, and no one's going to actually watch the movie anyway, probably. She's not big. She's not big. MTV is not where you want to make your name known. That's a place where people's names are already known, so you just go.
Yeah.
I hope that makes sense.
Yeah, no, she's funny in Parks and Rec, but I feel like that wasn't the right time to do that. And it was just one of those jokes that went horribly because no one laughed. All right, now, what did you think about Selena Gomez's performance?
Well, most of my roommates and I agreed that we thought almost all of it was lip-synced.
Yeah.
I don't know very much about cultures, but my one roommate was telling me that this is, that the type of dancing and her costume and her beads here is technically only for married women, not for, 19-year-old slutty Selena Gomez?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm always really touchy to make sure about those things, what you think is appropriate or not. I mean, maybe to some people that was fine.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything to say because it's not my culture, but I just know that could have been taken extremely offensively, and I couldn't understand half the things that was being said anyway.
Yeah.
I just didn't think it was a good performance.
Some people argue that it was a costume, but then a lot of people were really offended, and I just feel like if there is a chance that a large group would be offended, don't do it. You know?
Common sense.
Yeah, so Selena's performance wasn't all that great. And now, a moment that I loved was Emma Watson's acceptance speech. I just thought she was, so humble. She was clearly
She is that
thankful.
type of person, though.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the British, because even Tom Hiddleston, his acceptance speech, he was funny and humble and all of that. Well, most of the other people were like, yeah, I deserve this.
Yeah.
Let me eat some popcorn. No, stop talking.
I love those British people.
I
They're
love
so
British
nice.
people, especially Tom Hiddleston.
Except there were some people in the audience, like Quvangene, I can say her name now. She wasn't clapping when Emma got up there, and I want to be like, have you never watched Harry Potter in your whole life? Why are you not clapping for her?
And the thing is, we know that these movies aren't, the Harry Potter movies aren't, the biggest or best in the world.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. She still does a great job. She's been able to really spread herself away from the Harry Potter image and take on different characters, and it frustrates me that people just didn't even respect that, because no matter what, you win or you lose, respect these people.
Yeah. I think the main point of her award was just that she's a very good role model for young girls, and her speech was kind of centered around that. And now it's been revealed that apparently Pitch Perfect, there's going to be number 2 coming out 2015.
I don't know where they're going to go with that. I mean, maybe it'll be good. I'll be honest. I don't think Pitch Perfect is a great movie. I think it's a movie that you watch with your friends, but it's shallow. You can't think deeply about it. There's a lot of plot missing, a lot of background to the characters. All of that was missing. So it's one of those just feel-good movies, don't think more about it. So I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it next, because I really have no idea.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun movie, and I'll watch a sequel, but I'm not counting down the days to it. And now a huge rumor that's going around.
This is the best rumor in the entire world right now.
It's not true and it's not confirmed. Is Friends? They were saying there's going to be a reunion in 2014 and a comeback season, but actually that's not happening.
Are you real? Are you sure?
Yeah, they haven't ruled it out totally, but it's not confirmed like everybody thinks.
Because dang it.
I know. I was so excited.
My friend posted it on my Facebook yesterday. Why did I just say Facebook? Really weird. Sorry. She posted on my Facebook yesterday, and I got so excited. To me, I wouldn't really care if Ross came back. He's too whiny for me.
Yeah.
But I want Chandler back. I am a girl version of Chandler. I've been in love with Chandler Bing since season 2. He's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's stupid. I love it.
Me too.
And I would like to see them do something like that.
I'm excited. And also, on May 4th, Zach Galifianakis is hosting SNL, and the musical guests are Monsters and Men. And I think that'll be pretty good. He's a funny guy, so that's definitely something to keep your eyes on. And he's promoting Hangover Part 3. I can't believe there's Part 3.
How is there Part 2 and Part 3?
I know.
Didn't they learn their lesson the first time?
Yeah.
I mean, let's be real here. Most college students experience the hangover thing where you look through your phone, see the tweets you sent, the pictures you took. But I mean, it happens to us often, but never to that level.
Not 3 movies worth, I'm hoping.
I mean,
Yeah.
no, not 3 movies.
And now, lastly, apparently, the Veronica Mars movie Kickstarter campaign has raised $5.7 million.
Really?
That is crazy. Like, and I guess this is from fans who want to see a movie happen.
I didn't realize that she really had that much of a fandom.
To be honest, I had no idea either. I remember watching a few episodes, like the one in college with the rape whistle and the girls got their heads shaved. That was really scary. That was like the only episode I ever watched.
I've ever seen that.
Yeah, so
I just didn't realize she had that much. I mean, congratulations, that's awesome, but I had no idea.
I'm all for like TV shows getting movies. Hint, hint. 24 movie needs to come out immediately. But you know,
that would have a good review. Like, I can guarantee they would kill box office records because there was such a big fandom of 24.
All right, I'll start the Kickstarter and we'll make it happen.
All right, let's
Starting now.
Right now.
All right, well, stay tuned because featured anchors Sarah Klein and Rachel Thompson are up next.
Welcome back to Entertainment Tech. I'm Sarah Klein. The seemingly indestructible Ron Swanson becomes ill on the most recent episode of Parks and Recreation. Anne insists Ron goes to the doctor, and he is diagnosed with strep throat. Meanwhile, April gains the title of deputy director after Leslie conducts some interesting interviews. Tom and Andy try to get millionaire Dennis Feinstein to donate money to the Sweetums Foundation, but when he refuses, Tom decides to donate 5 cents for every dollar that his business, Rent-A-Swag, makes. Don't miss out on all the laughs Thursday nights at 9 on NBC. Things become sweet on the most recent episode of RuPaul's Drag Race when the queens have to make candy-inspired outfits. Alaska's impression of Detox proved to be spot on when she won the mini-challenge. The infamous clique Rolaska Talks ganged up on Jinx Monsoon when Ru asked the trio who should be eliminated next. Alaska's cotton candy-inspired outfit impressed the judges so much that she received her second win of the season. Jinx's 8-week streak of being in the top 3 was finally broken when she was put in the bottom 2 and had to lip-sync against Detox. In the end, Jinx saved herself from elimination while Detox was told to sashay away. Stay tuned for the final episode from Season 5 on Monday at 9 on Logo.
Hi, I'm Rachel Thompson. Last week's Real World brought several new developments to Portland. Johnny and Avery declare their title as a couple. They're obsessed with having sex, even going so far as to banging in the bathroom at work and using sex toys. The roommates take a trip on a brucicle, stopping at several bars on the way to a club. Jordan gets extremely drunk and pisses everyone off as usual. Upset with the lack of job opportunities that require a college diploma, Joy decides to leave. Nobody seems too affected by her absence, and Anastasia immediately moves into her room. At the end of the episode, we receive a glimpse of the newest roommate, Nia. She's black, she seems crazy, and I'm excited to see what kind of drama she brings into the house. See what happens next on Wednesdays on MTV at 9. The pilot episode of Defiance is chock full of information and a bit confusing at times. We discover that aliens took over Earth and destroyed most of the human race. We meet a father, Nolan, and a daughter, Irissa, who are trying to get to Antarctica, which they believe is the land of paradise. On their way, they encounter aliens who try to steal from them and giant bear, spider, scorpion-like things that try to eat them. Somehow, they find their way to a town called Defiance, which used to be St. Louis. Long story short, they make friends with the natives and help them fight aliens called the Vulge. They win the fight, and the mayor of the town, Amanda, asks Nolan to be a police officer there. At the end of the episode, we discover that the former mayor of the town had sent the Vulge to destroy Defiance. The next episode airs on Monday at 9 on Sci-Fi. So Sarah, did you watch Real World?
Of course I did.
Excellent.
So, again, I have some few things to say. This show just sets me off. Okay, they had sex in the bathroom of work. If this was the real world, like it says, they would be fired.
Right.
Number one.
I was shocked. Like, first of all,
Rude.
they didn't even talk about it. They just knew that they wanted to have sex in a bathroom.
Now they're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah, that was so.
can
Okay,
go
it's been,
anywhere.
It's been 2 weeks and they're already like,
And I can't believe Joy left because she couldn't find a job that she liked. Like, I have a college diploma. You're on the real world. What do you expect you're going to do? Like,
she's missing out on such a great experience, you know?
I know.
This could be a chance of her lifetime, and she doesn't do it because she doesn't want to work at some ice cream shop.
So, out of the places, where would you work? That weird diner, the frozen yogurt place, or the pizza place?
Definitely the frozen yogurt.
I would work at. I think that's so cute.
Yeah,
Like, that's a
yeah,
really
it's a little
place.
It's a little truck.
Yeah, and then the new roommate, we'll just have to see about her. She seems like a liar and crazy from the previews, so that should add a lot of drama. But that is it for now. Sarah and Candace will be back with movie reviews.
Welcome back. Now it's time for some movie reviews. It's time for the very long anticipated release of The Great Gatsby. Based on F. Scott Fitzgerald's celebrated novel, Fandango says Nick Carraway, a Midwesterner now living on Long Island, finds himself fascinated by the mysterious past and lavish lifestyle of his neighbor, Jay Gatsby. He is drawn into Gatsby's circle, becoming a witness to obsession and tragedy. Gatsby is played by our all-time favorite leading man, Leonardo DiCaprio. The film also stars Tobey Maguire, Carey Mulligan, and Isla Fisher. Don't miss a chance to step back in time to the 20s with The Great Gatsby, coming to theaters May 10th.
Hello, sports fans. Here's your latest and possibly greatest sports hero film to date. Fandango says 42 tells the story of two men, Jackie Robinson and Brooklyn Dodgers GM Branch Rickey, who brave stand against prejudice forever changed the world by challenging the game of baseball. 1946, Branch Rickey put himself at the forefront of history when he signed Jackie Robinson to the team, breaking Major League Baseball's infamous color line. Facing unabashed racism from every side, Robinson was forced to demonstrate tremendous courage and restraint by not reacting in kind. Knowing that any incident could destroy his and Ricky's hopes, instead, number 42 let his talent on the field do the talking, ultimately winning over fans and his teammates, silencing his critics, and paving the way for others to follow. Check out this fantastic film in theaters now. You won't regret it.
All right, now it's time for our favorite topic, celebrity gossip. So we promised we were going to talk about this. Catching Fire trailer at MTV Movie Awards. What do you think about it?
After waiting that whole time, I was so pumped. I'm really excited what they do. They did not show enough PETA. They didn't show Finnick at all in this teaser trailer, which broke my heart because Finnick's my favorite character besides PETA. But I really liked what they were doing there. They seemed to still keep to the book, which was really important to both of us because we love it. My only fear is that they're not going to put enough romanticness between PETA and Katniss. I feel like they're going to focus a little too much on Gale. No offense, Gale. You kind of killed Prim. Spoiler, sorry. But I don't like you, so please just know. Anyway, I'm feeling they're going to show him way too much.
Yeah.
And I feel like they're also going to focus a little too much on putting action in and focusing too much on President Snow.
Yeah.
When we don't really get to know President Snow. We only see him a couple times throughout Catching Fire, but you get to know him during the third book, and I want us to save that for the third book because then you understand the whole ending of the third book, and I feel like they're gonna jump the gun, and I don't want that to happen. And the costumes though, the costumes were crazy.
It was weird seeing her with like, at points she had side bangs, and then she didn't have a part at all. Like her hair was so crazy in the trailer.
I'm excited, but the thing is, the one costume they put on her, she was a head and feet taller than poor PETA.
Yeah.
And I was just like, the whole time I was like, it's okay, PETA. Screw Katniss. She's tall, whatever. Come to me.
Yeah. I mean, I have the same concerns as you just because it does seem like they're going to focus on the rebellion a lot more. Like, my favorite parts in Catching Fire are the PETA and Katniss parts because...
Remember they're on the train.
Yeah. Spoiler, if you have not, I mean...
Too bad. You should have read it by now.
You should have read it, so we're going to talk.
Came out in 2008.
Seriously. Bleeping that again.
Dang it.
Okay, but seriously, like, in Mockingjay, as everybody knows, PETA does not have a great part in that book. So that's why Catching Fire is his book, and that's what I want to see.
It's the time that we get to really truly appreciate and understand his character, because they did not give him justice at all during Hunger Games. So they need to do that in this book, because, I mean, I like Mockingjay, PETA. I do. The reason why I like him because I feel like his change was necessary for Katniss's change as a character. I think it was necessary, and it also makes you appreciate who PETA truly was before the Tracker Jack hijacking of his brain.
That actually, I mean, I'm bitter about it just because.
Oh, of course, because he was perfect, and then she had to go Suzanne Collins, why? But I get it, and I appreciate your
Yeah.
literary decisions. Trust me, I'm just really hoping that they focus on these things, because if they ruin Catching Fire for me, I didn't mind Hunger Games. I think they focused way too much on the, making it seem like it was a game show, than focusing on the development of the characters, because we never understood that.
Yeah.
They made Katniss seem like selfish, but she really, to an extent, she's very selfish. But at the same time, they never focused on the fact that she was thinking about Prim every second.
Yeah.
And then they make Peter seem like a weak little curse word I can't say because apparently I'm getting bleeped out. But oops. But yeah, they make Peter seem so weak, and he's okay to an extent. He's weak, but he's not. He's got a strong personality, a strong head on his shoulders, and that's 10 times more than Katniss can be, because Katniss kind of loses at points.
Yeah.
And you don't get to see that setup, so I'm hoping they make up for it in this. But I have a feeling they're going to focus too much on the background again.
No, I think they are too. So, all we have to do is hope that there's a little more PETA and cross our fingers for whenever a video of Finnick comes up. I can't wait for that.
I cannot wait to see this character, how they develop Finnick.
Yeah.
I have seen pictures of him with the sugar cube behind Katniss and like whispering in her ears like, "Do you want a sugar cube?" And I was just like, my God. But obviously,
so we'll stay up to date with that, and we'll let you know if there are any new
as often as
developments.
possible, because we're freaking out just as much as you.
This was a huge moment though, and I think everybody who's a fan was freaking out.
If you're Facebook friends with me and Twitter friends with me, I went nuts. Like non-stop, spazzing, nerdgasming everywhere. It was disgusting, but kind of awesome. Anyway.
All right, well now, if speaking of Twitter, if you were on Twitter at all the past 5 days, anyone was at Coachella. It was ridiculously huge, crazy. So you know what, we're just going to go through a few pictures that popped up who we saw. So Hillary and Haley Duff took the weekend away from little baby Luca and went to hang out.
I liked that because you know what? Hillary is one of the only stars who was a child star who's not psychotic from Disney.
Yeah,
I mean, have you guys seen that new video of Amanda Bynes where she's just like...
Yeah. She meant to take a selfie, but it turned into a video. It's so funny.
And then somehow it was posted on the internet. Either way, I know she was kind of crazy back in the days with her shows and stuff, and that's why I loved her.
Yeah.
But someone said she's doing coke or cocaine or what, I don't really
Who
know
knows?
drugs. But either way, that made me sad. But it was
Yeah.
nice to see them not being psychotic.
It was. And
Gives
single Julianne Hough was there with no Ryan Seacrest. She seemed to be having fun.
Thank God.
And a Coachella veteran, Vanessa Hudgens, of course, made her appearance in her hippie outfit. She goes crazy for Coachella. So she had a blast with her very attractive boyfriend. I don't like Vanessa.
I don't like her.
And couple that was there, Rob and Kristen were there holding hands. Sorry, haters are gonna hate it, but I think it's adorable. Whatever. They're so weird together. It works.
I don't really know how I feel about anything. I'm just monotone on that.
Yeah. So you know what? Coachella was full of stuff. I wish I could have gone, but perks of living on the West Coast, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, now Ashley from Sean's season of The Bachelor apparently is now linked with Brad Womack, former Bachelor star.
Interesting. They all seem to have their ancestral Bachelor connections, and you know what? Maybe if I applied, I would be a part of that. But I got denied when I tried to get onto The Bachelor, so you know what? Sorry about it. I hope you're all miserable.
With that situation is Ashley has a fear of being abandoned because she was abandoned as a child. And Brad Womack is the worst person to be in a relationship because he's known for abandoning people.
But I'm telling you, part of me thinks it's fake now. At first, I wanted to believe them all, but now, you know what? This is too perfect that she's going with the guy that's known for that. You know what? It's like
they're both
conspiracy
from
theory,
Texas,
Watergate.
I think they have the same background, so we'll see. I hope Ashley finds her, Mr. Right, because
I hope she does too, but I know it's not him.
She really wants to.
She should come to Virginia Tech. We've got some great men over here.
She's a little old, 32. Cougars, you don't know, maybe.
I don't know what to tell you, maybe.
All right, now, big news this week. Justin Bieber went to the Anne Frank house in Amsterdam, I believe, and apparently someone who was working at the house, this is what she said, he stayed more than an hour in the museum, and in our guest book he wrote, "Truly inspiring to be able to come here. Anne was a great girl. Hopefully she would have been a believer." And Emmy Rossum she stars in Shameless now, Phantom of the Opera, she tweeted, "Anne Frank suffered World War II and Justin Bieber hoped she would have been a fan. I have no words."
I hate him. Go back to Canada. We don't want you here. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That is completely offensive.
Yeah.
Anne Frank is an inspiration to anyone.
Yeah.
She went, as a 16-year-old girl, she went through things, horrors, things we would never understand, and you would hope she's a believer.
Yeah.
Really? Get off your high horse, buddy. Realize that you're just a one-hit wonder who's going to be gone in probably about 3 years. And remember and respect these people. I'm sorry.
No,
I think
agree.
World War II is probably one of the most important things that have happened in modern history, something that we all should learn. And the fact that they don't focus enough on this stuff in the curriculums bothers me enough, because look at Pearl Harbor, happened around the same time. You know, people were blaming North Korea for Pearl Harbor. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Your history teachers need to be slapped for that one. That was Japan. It's over with. That was a long time ago, and people were tweeting about that. And then with this, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Where are people's common sense, respect, anything?
Yeah.
For the veterans, for those people who have suffered, it just, I'm sorry, I'm a huge history buff, and that got me really upset when I heard that.
No, I thought it was like extremely offensive too, and apparently the reason he said that was because the tour guide said that Anne was a big fan of like music and pop culture, and that's why he said that.
Pop culture is kind of different in the 1940s than 2013.
It's not appropriate to write, and there were pictures of him like shadow boxing when he was in the house, and it's just like, I know he's a young kid growing up trying to figure out who he is, but there's a time and a place, and that's disrespectful.
I mean, when our high school, when we were in 8th grade, no, I guess that wouldn't be high school.
Middle school.
In middle school, when we were in 8th grade, you guys went to Boston, and we went to D.C. We went to the Holocaust Museum there, and I actually ran into Cole and Dylan Sprouse when I was there, the two famous people. Let me just get you. I had
Secret Life of Zach. No, not Secret Life. Sweet Life of
the
Zach.
Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
And the Secret Life, I don't know.
Yeah, you never know. But I had the biggest crush on him. They were probably some of the most respectful celebrities I had seen in the Holocaust Museum. A bunch of people from my school, other schools that were with us, were just like, oh my God, will you sign this stuff, blah, blah, blah. I didn't want to go even near them because first off, they're here to pay respects. I'm there to pay respects. It's as simple as that. Yeah. If you run into them on the street later or in the Museum of Natural History or something, go for it. The Smithsonian, go for it. But not the Holocaust Museum.
Yeah, no.
And when I was there, we were all watching the videos because there's the videos of the surgeries. And you have to look over to see them, and I barely was able to look over, and they were about the same height as me, so about 4 or 5. Anyway, so we were looking over, and girls were elbowing them, stuff like that, and they looked at me, and I was just like, I'm not touching you, bro. Don't worry, and I'm just watching. And they smiled at me, and they were like, thank you for not bothering us.
Yeah.
And walked away. Because this is the time to remember. It's the time to have respect. If you want to do any of those celebrity things, whatever, do it outside of that. But there's a time and a place for everything, and they just, celebrities and kids, society, generations alike now, don't seem to understand that, and it's upsetting because, my grandparents and my parents drilled that into my head.
Yeah.
You can look, but you cannot touch. You touch, you get hit. You get hit, you get hit more. That's how it was.
Yeah.
You don't do those things.
It's rude, and I don't know. Hopefully, I'm sure Justin Bieber knows now that was not a smart thing to do.
But how old is Justin Bieber? Isn't he 18?
I think he's 18.
18 years old. Hey, I was in 8th grade and knew better. I was 14.
That's true.
4 years difference. 4 years, millions less money, and I still knew better.
Yeah.
He could pay people to think for him, and they would still make that. That's just, I'm sorry.
You think someone standing next to him would have said, Justin, don't write that. Not smart, not smart.
Yeah, or maybe someone was like, oh, that's great that you wrote an inspiration, and grabbed the pen out of his hand and enough.
Yeah, seriously.
No.
So, clearly disappointed in Justin, but he's getting a lot of backlash, much
He
deserved,
should get a lot of backlash,
deserved,
and he should just leave. Sorry, I don't like him.
All right, now also Ashton Kutcher apparently is moving to London to be with Mila Kunis because she's filming a movie. I don't really care that much about this couple. They're just moving pretty fast. Is he officially divorced from Demi Moore yet?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't get something. Even couples here. One of my friends, a good friend of hers, is in a relationship for a week. They said, I love you. 1 week.
Yeah.
I haven't even been in a relationship longer than 2 months, and I can't even say, hey, without freaking out, thinking that I'm overstepping the line. I don't get it anymore. I don't.
Yeah.
If that's how they feel, that's great. I keep freaking out thinking that there's someone behind that door. I'm sorry, there's a door behind the camera, and it looks like someone's face is in it. And maybe it's because I'm on a lot of medicine because I'm sick, but it keeps looking like there's a face there, and it's freaking me out. I'm done.
I guarantee you there's no one there. We're okay.
I'm sorry. Anyway, back to Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, so Ashton Kutcher, have fun in London, I guess. I don't really know. And also, just really quickly, we just want to say, prayers go out to Boston after everything happened on Monday. Hopefully everything's better.
Hokies for Boston. We're
Yeah.
here for you. We understand.
But that is all we have for now, so thanks for tuning in. I'm Sarah Luke.
And I'm Candace Barbara.
And this is Entertainment Tech.